My responsibilities as General Manager of the football technical side are to work closely with the recruitment team, so from academy players to senior players, just making sure that we have target lists of players we're looking at and reviewing on a regular basis. And ultimately they will go into to Jeff and Nuno, and obviously alongside the work they're doing, they're working closely with the analysis team, not only a first team point of view of supporting Nuno, but also supporting the whole football department in terms of academy. We're looking closely at the moment, especially at how we play and across the whole club, and making sure there's real clarity in that. And then also talk a lot to Matt Perry about the medical and sports science and performance side of the football club to make sure that basically it's all working well and progressing, and we're always looking for ways to improve. I'd done everything in development apart from under 23 coaching. I always really respected the club. As a player, I always used to love coming playing here. It was a great night. From my childhood, I always remember my father telling me about the team of the 50s, and then in my childhood, you know, Wolves were a good team in the 70s with your John Richards, your Derek Dugan, so I knew about them, and I've always been, you know, I always thought a proper club, if that makes sense. So to come to a club like Wolves was pretty simple. To do the job I wanted to do, I knew Kevin a little bit, and I knew Gareth a little bit in the academy. Met Kenny in the interview, Kenny Jackett as well, so I thought it would be a really good club and obviously really good people to work with as well. I think most of all, I think we're very progressive. I don't think we see the football club as just being football and the first team, so I think we're very much part of how do we get better, how do we improve. I certainly think that Jeff focused a lot on a sort of entrepreneurial mindset. I think as people we're very united and very humble. You know, one thing we always say about us as staff or the players is, and I think you'll see that throughout the football club at first team level as well, is that you know, there's no big time people. We're all here doing our job. Very proud to work for Wolves, and that's something I think that stands out very strong in the whole football club. But I certainly think in the teams that I work in. From the academy point of view, making sure that we're delivering in terms of creating really excellent players, but also excellent people. And I've said many times that, you know, if somebody's not always a professional footballer here but has a career somewhere else, you know, we've talked a lot this year about people like Elliot Watt, Benny, Ashley Seal, Danny Soccer, who've all gone out and we've let go on free transfers, but they're, you know, doing really well, and we're very proud of what they're doing. Some boys have gone to America to work, you know, to have degrees in universities. I think from working more as a general manager, I think certainly making sure that everything we do is of a really high quality, that is very supportive of what everybody needs within the football club, whether that's the first team, whether that's the academy, and making sure that we're really trying to drive the club forward. I'd like to think that there's a few really. I think the quality of players coming through. You know, a lot of our loans now are going to championship clubs, high level clubs in Europe, so there's certainly, I think, the improvement. I think carrying on the good work that was done before, so by Kevin, by Gareth, I think was important for me as they both, you know, moved on to new things. It was important that we carried on. We were a Cat 1 academy. How we've brought the recruitment team together in terms of academy into first team, I think that's something that's really forward thinking, and I think it's really working well. And I'd also like to think that, some of the work we're doing behind the scenes in terms of recognising who we are as a football club in terms of how we play across the whole football club is something that excites me, and I think that's something that's going to be important to the club moving forward.